KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, Tuesday, December 21st at 7:30 p.m. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows or at 505-599-1148.
COVID-19 cases are high and it's overwhelming our healthcare system. The caregivers at San Juan Regional Medical Center need your help.
Our resources are exhausted. We're very limited on what we have the capacity to do because we're being overwhelmed with the number of individuals that are requiring ICU care at this point.
So what can you do to help? Most importantly, ignore the rhetoric and get vaccinated.
Continue hand washing, continue to wear your mask and social distance.
Help us so we can help you.
Ten minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, December 6th, 2021. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, New Mexico. 103.3 FM over the air in Durango, Colorado, and streaming everywhere else from our website, ksje.com. Welcome also to our viewers who are watching this visual radio program. The video is streaming out live this morning to the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. So we're glad that you are with us this morning because coming up we have a busy Monday morning, beginning with my honors students from my two public speaking classes from the fall semester. We'll be joined by two of them sharing their honor speeches with us. That's coming up in the next few moments right here on KSJE. Then later on this morning at about 8:30, I'll be joined by Andrea Pena. She is from the Child Haven Foundation. She'll be talking about their annual Pledge for Children campaign. Details about that coming up this morning at 8:30 here on KSJE. We'll round out the hour at 8:50 a.m. with Lewis Campbell from Synergy Computer Systems. He'll be joining me to talk technology. That's coming up on our Monday Reboot segment at 8:50 a.m. today. Next hour, it is Roving with the Arts, our classical music program, and Mick Hess is featuring music from Camille Saint-Saëns. He is going to be playing the Christmas Oratorio on Roving with the Arts today for us at 9:06 on KSJE. Don't forget, you can also connect with us on our Instagram page in addition to Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you're a podcast person, you can subscribe for free to KSJE's podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, places like iTunes and Spotify and iHeart and Pandora, and take us with you wherever you may happen to be heading this holiday season. So check out KSJE Podcasts and subscribe for free. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is a mostly cloudy Monday morning. Current temperature 26 degrees. We're expecting a mostly sunny day today before a change in our weather. We'll see a high today of 53, but then some increasing clouds tonight with a chance of rain or snow showers after midnight tonight with an overnight low of 34. And then tomorrow, the first of two winter storms heading in this week. 47 for a high on Tuesday with a chance of rain or snow on Tuesday and a high 47, as I mentioned. Partly cloudy Tuesday night with a low of 27. Partly sunny on Wednesday before the next storm rolls in on Thursday with a chance of rain or snow with a high of 54 Thursday. More chances for snow showers and colder weather on Friday with a high of 38 degrees. Well, let me introduce my two guests who are with us first this morning. As I mentioned, my honors students here at San Juan College. Part of their requirements for honors credit is to present an honors speech with me here on the radio, and so that's just what they're here to do today. So we'll start first with Kaylin McGhee, who is part of my Monday, Wednesday public speaking class. And Kaylin, good morning, and we can start whenever you're ready.
Good morning. My name is Kaylin McGhee, like he said, and I'll be doing a speech on education importance. Education can be challenging, frustrating, and most times boring. However, education is the most essential to be successful in our dream jobs, and most of all, life. I am here today to inform my audience the importance of formal education for building a successful career. There are a variety of different factors in how education contributes towards a successful career. I will talk about three factors, which include the influence of parents, resources available, and aspirations towards a dream profession. I relate to this topic because to my audience because education is important to every single student that has a dream job they want to work for their career. I mean, what other reason for each student to be in the classroom today? For my first point, one of the factors that help contribute a successful life with education is the influence of parents. Dubell stated in a scholarly article of long-term effects of parents' education on children's educational and occupational success. When parents model achievement-oriented behaviors such as obtaining high degrees, reading, continuing education, and provide opportunities for their children to engage in the environment, and provide opportunities for their children to engage in achievement-oriented experiences like library trips, museum trips, after-school programs. Those children develop the belief that achievement-oriented behavior is valued and expected. Children learn model behavior by the age of 1. I should know this because I caught my son trying to read a book at the age of 1. Model behavior is a huge factor when it comes to developing habits in diet, exercise, and even taking an interest in education. On to my second point. I will explain the statistics of how resources are an attribute for students being successful in education. According to Alicia Guzman from New Mexico Journalism, she stated that 25% of New Mexican students lack internet connections and computers to utilize for school. There's no denying that the public education department has taken steps to share the digital divide. Since the pandemic arrived and schools closed in March 2020, the agency has distributed over 6,200 Chromebooks, provided 102 Cradlebooks, wireless routers and adapters in partnership with the state's Indian Education Division, allocated funds from 101 mobile hotspots and 700 residential hotspots in indigenous communities, as well as non-indigenous communities, among other attributes. In a June 8th interview, Public Education Secretary Ryan Stewart said Public Education Department plans to ensure that all of New Mexico students, even those beyond the scope of lawsuits plaintiffs, will have access to internet and digital devices by the fall. One of the challenges in education are for students living in rural areas. My mom is an administrator, specifically a principal in elementary school. Her biggest contribution to her school is advocating for students. Advocating for students can help encourage administrators to make decisions that will improve the situation of lack of resources. For my third and final point, one of the most important attributes with a successful education journey are aspirations, which can go two ways: dreams for dreamers or motivation to reach that dream, long-term and short-term. According to a psychology study by Sabrine Boarding, an individual is more likely to feel successful when he or she sets a challenging goal, high level of aspiration, and is able to determine his or her own means of attaining the goal. The goal is important to the individual self-concept, and the goal is actually attained. It has been proven that students have been experiencing feelings of achievement. Success is proven the fundamental component of an individual's career aspirations. It is a boost of confidence to continue their education. In conclusion, education is an important attribute to having a successful profession, and many reliable resources can prove why emphasizing education on children, adolescents, and even adults, why it's important to have our diplomas in our back pockets, as well as a degree. The three contributes to having a successful education is having a great influence of parents or guardians, resources available in school, and most importantly, motivation to have goals towards the desired profession. Education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare it for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. Thank you. Kaylin McGhee, one of my honor students in our public speaking classes here at San Juan College, wrapping up the fall 2021 semester. Up next is Mariah Sonnenberg with her honor speech. So, Mariah, I will have you start whenever you're ready.
Thank you. My name's Mariah Sonnenberg. I am going to talk about how volcanoes have influenced people both today and in the past. We have all heard of volcanoes, and many of us are aware of the devastation an eruption can cause. Throughout history, people have been fascinated by volcanoes. I am sharing what the impact of volcanoes has been on people both in history and today. I have been researching for this speech for a few weeks. I will share the impact of volcanoes on people and cities. My first point will cover how they affect cities. My second point will cover what people thought of them in the past. My final point will cover what people think of them today. Let's begin. Volcanoes are known to be dangerous and destructive. The damage it does to cities is insane, burying entire buildings in layers of lava and ash. Eating through anything flammable, it takes time for cities to rebuild homes and businesses. According to ABC News, Mount Kilauea's eruption in Hawaii lasted almost a year and took just as long to recover. The eruption began in May 2018 and was finally over in December. While no one was injured, over 700 homes were destroyed. It was near the end of 2019 before they were finally finished rebuilding the city. In an eruption, the part that is worst for the building is lava, but if it gets heavy enough, ash can collapse roofs. Ash in an eruption can pollute water, but the water pollution recovery from a volcanic eruption can vary. Typically, it takes about a week, but sometimes it is gone in less than a day, and other times it takes more than a month. Even though ash is not very dangerous to structures, it is extremely harmful for people, even more so than the lava itself. The ash can cause suffocation, but typically it cuts up the inside of noses and lungs. The slowness of lava is what makes it not as dangerous to people. With as scary and dangerous as volcanoes can be, there was and still is a fear of them. This brings us to my second point. In the past, people were fascinated by and afraid of volcanoes, like people today. They were confused and had no idea what caused them to erupt. Some people thought that since they couldn't understand them, they were obviously gods, but other people were just afraid and curious without assuming deity. Those who decided to worship hoped this would cause them to leave the cities intact, while some sacrificed humans. For the most part, they sacrificed food. According to Hawaii.com, it is offensive to eat the berries that grow by calderas without offering some to Pele or first asking permission. Some people believed the volcanoes were gods, and others believed the gods lived in them, and others believed that they were just in control of the volcanoes. While belief in volcanic deity was common, not everybody believed that. Instead, many tried to learn more about them and how to predict their eruptions. Over time, the belief in volcanoes being gods became less popular. This brings me to my final point. Today, there is still a fascination for volcanoes. But many people know about the magma chamber and the basic functions of a volcano. There are now many jobs for researching volcanoes. Some people are just focusing on volcanoes, and usually they monitor them. Other people study seismology or geology and research volcanoes while they're doing that. Some people are interested in volcanoes without an interest in a related job. According to National Park Experience, there are at least 10 national parks focused on volcanoes. Yellowstone, Mount Rainier, and Crater Lake, just to name a few. People flock to these places to begin to learn about volcanoes and what would happen if these ones went off. Of course, some people are still afraid of volcanoes as they can cause major damage and take lives, but now that volcanoes are better understood, some of that fear turns into fascination. In conclusion, volcanoes influence people quite a bit today, as they have for centuries. The level of danger has gone down a little from the ability to monitor them, but the destruction they cause is still a problem. Volcanoes are destructive, and it takes time to recover from them. Not all eruptions take lives or even ruin homes. People in history have worshipped them, but over time, instead of worshiping volcanoes, people seek to understand them. Even though volcanoes are dangerous, they can be beautiful and provide entertainment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mariah Sonnenberg, one of my other honor students from public speaking here at San Juan College as we wrap up the fall 2021 semester. Thank you both very much. You are all set to go today. We'll see you in class later on today and this week. So thank you very much. My guests this morning, my two students, honor students from San Juan College here with me on KSJE. More to come. Be right back.
The 2021 Festival of Trees Downtown Experience benefiting the Presbyterian Medical Services will feature a family night on Saturday, December 11th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Artifacts Gallery. Join us for a magical ride around the downtown Farmington area while drinking cocoa, enjoying lights, trees, and participating in a Santa reindeer scavenger hunt. Sleigh rides are $5 per person. There will also be free Santa visits. Tickets can be purchased in advance at pmsfestivaloftrees.com.
The global politics and money that could determine what your next cell phone charger looks like. From American Public Media, this is Marketplace Tech. I'm Kimberly Adams.
Marketplace Tech is supported by Aspiration, working to combat climate change with a